Et nous revoilà pour cette deuxième journée de la 20e édition du Challenge Prince Albert de Monaco. Ici pour une régate sprint cette fois-ci, totalement différent. Et c'est ce que les équipes aiment aussi parce qu'il y a l'endurance hier avec les courses en solo, en double mixte et en 4 de couple mixte. Et aujourd'hui, les 4 uniquement, mais en sprint. So Yuri, yesterday we had exciting races. I remember especially the mixed double where so many things happened, but what a beautiful side as well for the quads because they came back and it was challenging at certain moments.
I would say yesterday we experienced so many really great races. We have experienced some crashes, we experienced some overtakes during the race. We experienced the broken oars. We saw how the teams were fighting till the very end, and also on the last stretches still were fighting and not giving up till the last moment.
Yeah, and some of them had quite a bad experience, I would say, but today is the day where they can gain more points and come back into the ranking, because it's totally different. We won't have these one-to-one crashes because they are in 2 different lanes, so it will be pure on the capacity of the team.
I would say today is a real physical competition, because today only 500 meters races side by side. Till now already all the teams completed their time trials, and all the teams gonna be lined up according to the from the time trial and allocated to the right head-to-head races.
Yeah, and we will follow live the 8th final, so the final A16, and we see that most of the teams who will be fighting there are the ones who are in the ranking up to 16. Only one exception there. It is Interstellar that managed to come in these time trials into these last rounds.
Just to remind you, dear viewer, how it was, how the setup gonna work. The first time from the time trial gonna go against the 16th time, second against 15th. So the biggest advantage, the faster you win 15th. So the biggest advantage, the faster you were in the time trial, the better you have, the better lineup you have, and the better bracket for the future races.
Yeah, indeed, it is. It's really impressive what they're doing, and I think we can have a little snapshot of what they are gonna do. We see some of the boats, but look, it's a little bit like in Formula 1. We are doing the race course here. We are in Monaco. Let's talk Formula 1. So you can see they start. They have a first blue buoy there in the middle, and then they come towards the end of the digue where we are situated, and where I would tell the people who are here to come and watch the finish. That's the finish line that we see on the second blue buoy.
Absolutely fantastic course of the race with all those really majestic yachts in the background. Really a unique atmosphere, really fantastic vibe just over here. And I hope you're gonna follow us and you're gonna see how beautiful those sceneries are.
Yeah, and we can see this beautiful side of Monaco in the background. Look at this. This is how the rowers will see, because they row towards us. The first view was the cock's view, I would say.
Absolutely, and these unique sceneries only here, just this really giant wall of city, really amazing one, and I think that everybody who is sitting right now in the boat, they're experiencing some, let's say, uncomfortable weather, because the weather is just not really so warm today. It's a bit windy. It's but we are protected by the building, by the big yachts around, so it's gonna be a very fair racing, and everybody, I hopefully gonna enjoy themselves.
Yeah, it is still coastal rowing, and there is a little bit of wind, not a lot. And as we stay in the harbor, there will be less waves than we experienced yesterday. We see also the starting pontoon there, where the start is given. And these are crews that are trying to take the positions from 17 until 26. 25 actually, because one crew did not start this morning. But look at this. What beautiful sight here of these boats side by side doing this race of 500 meters with quite heavy boats, high stroke rates, and I think the start must be the most difficult part because you have to get this boat running.
Well, I mean, I would say the last 100 meters is gonna be really the hardest part, because 500 meters is about, in that case, about 1 minute 20. So after 1 minute, you almost already dead, and you know, like the last 20 seconds, those gonna be really the challenge, and those gonna be exactly the point of the race where the race gonna be decided.
Yeah, but the start will also make a point, because the ones who are quick and who can take that boat with them quickly will have an advantage.
I would say that today is a bit of advantage because they have a tailwind, so it's a very comfortable, let's say, very comfortable wind. Let's say for these kind of for this kind of boats, because boats are, as you said, are heavy, and it's just getting easier to get them moving. So I would say that today is gonna be a very technical race, and also of course a very physically demanding.
And we will have a little snapshot of the ranking of the time trials this morning. And you see that Swift Riviera Rockets continue on their good racing of yesterday. They did the best 500 meters in 1:30, and it's only 42 hundredths of a second ahead of Filippi Turbo. Then the legends who are really close to Ruben Net. So the Dutch crew, the differences are so yeah.
500 of the seconds, and this is exactly what makes those races exciting. Just because those elite crews are just so equal in their combinations that the races are going to be super close, and they're going to be super excited till the very last stroke.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is that we will have very exciting races, and especially as we will go up, because it will be the 8th time again the 9th. But if you look at the 8th score race, we will see it will be the first against the 16s, so there the difference is a little bit bigger, larger. But then when we go to the quarterfinals, it will be less of a difference, and then half of the half finals, and then we will go to the B and A final, and there I expect really a margin of a difference between the teams.
But if you ask me, you know, like as I say as well in the beach sprint, every race is a completely new story. So this was a time trial. It might be that some crews just didn't get into this perfect rhythms, but and there are also some athletes that are just not able to go in the full power in the time trial, and they are really motivated to head-to-head races, because if you see your opponent on your side, it's just a completely different feeling, and you are pushing yourself completely different. So let's see how it's gonna be developing throughout the day. We really hope some really, let's say, surprising wins that nobody would expect. I truly believe that there are room for all of them, and yeah, of course, every point counts, every standing counts, because just to remind you that the setting of this particular event is that they're going to be a general ranking based on the races yesterday and sum up with the results from today. So, and the winner, the overall winner, gonna be decided by the points.
Yeah, and it's 50 points that are still to be distributed here today. And if we look between the first and the second of yesterday, after the four events we had yesterday, which was a solo men, the mixed double, the solo women, and the the mixed quad, it was the Swift Riviera Rockets who were leading with 109 points, ahead of the legends, Philippine legends, with 94, and then 85 were the Regatta Rascals. So the Swift Regatta Rascals. So yeah, if one has a little less good day, I would say it would make a big difference here. They're all in the final, in the 8th final, so they all still can earn these 50 points. So let's see how it will develop. And so the first thing you will really follow here you see the races for the ranking, but in a little bit of time, we will have, in about 5 minutes, we will have the first 8 final. So it is just looking at these beautiful shots from Monaco. They look so small, the boats, the rowing boats, compared to these giants which are in the harbor there.
Absolutely. And you know, like, if you at least were one time close to the coastal boats, you're gonna expect them to be really big, and you know, from the point of view of rower, it's really a massive thing. But as soon as you get into this yacht club and to this harbor, is just completely different size and dimension.
Yeah, and here we see how it will go. It is a little bit like a tennis tournament that we will have here. We see that we have the very first race is on the top left. That first race we will follow, and we will continue then with all the ones you will have. We will fill this in as soon as there is a win, and we will continue with the A final, which will be raced at 11:55. So we will be live from 10:20 until about 12. We will know who will win this, and then we will have the overall ranking of this beautiful event. And if you want to see as well, there is a large screen here at the end of the dig where you can follow all this, but you can also join us at the end of the dig and see it with your own eyes. The prize giving ceremony will also be next to the large screen, so if you want to come and see, you're welcome. And I see some acrobacy in one of the boats there. Some rowers were up trying to do different things. I don't really know what they have been doing, but you see that all these rowers are really comfortable in the boats. You weren't listening.
I'm sorry, I was distracted.
Yiri was a little bit distracted, so let's continue. We are waiting. There is a little bit of a break there, so we will go back, and we will again have these big names in these finals. We talked about them yesterday. We'll talk about them again today, like the Sinkovic, Caroline Floren, Lauren Henry. There are so many that we will mention.
Valentina Rodini, Magdalena Lobnik, Katerina Lobnik, Chris Beck. Absolutely fantastic lineup today, and all of those big names, they finally made it also to this top 16 round in this sprint event. So we're gonna talk about them as well during the races, and you know, it's gonna be really exciting. So I really hope that all the viewers just put us even on the background, but just you know, to keep updated, to support your team, and you know, to see how the world elite performs in the sprint event, in the big boats here in Monaco.
Yeah, and I think with the drone we will really feel like being in the boat. We are missing sometimes a little bit the action ourselves, and we would like to help them and do more, but here we will feel, you will see their faces, you will see the effort they are giving. Look at this shot. You can already, you have a little bit the Cox shot, and one of the things we heard already during the time trials are the Coxes really encouraging their teams as such an important person in the team as well. And here they got the instructions to stay close to the blue buoys, because this will be the shortest way. Don't go too far, because it can be a little bit bit misleading when you see where the finish line is. And there we are at the start with the two first ones, with Kangua Wild Racing Cosmos and Kangua Wild Racing Galaxy.
Absolutely two fantastic teams. In the first one, the Team Kangua Wild Racing Cosmos sitting Ariana Noceda, Lorenzo Baldo, Federico Garibaldi, Alisa Ramella and Cox by Races Corneto. And in Team Kangua Wild Racing Galaxy is Matilde Barison, Guglielmo Melagari, Giovanni Melagari, Giulia Minemi and Cox by Fabio Siracusa.
Yeah, I can't count how many medals we have in these two boats. There are so much. Some of them are quite new to coastal rowing. They had first a good career in classic rowing and then came a little bit later to this. And there I would think about Ariana Noceda in the Wild Racing Cosmos, who has been the first thing I could find in beach. It was beach trained in 2024. So all the rest of her career was on in classic rowing. And if we look in the other boat, they have a little bit more of an experience there, except for Giulia Miniemi, who has never rowed, as far as I see, in an international coastal race.
But well, in the Wild Racing Cosmos, there is Federico Garibaldi, as we mentioned yesterday, with multiple World Championships coastal regatta medals. Very experienced one, working here in Monaco, so he is very local, almost local here, being like 3 to 4 days a week here. So I believe that that it counts as it would be his home waters. So they have a little advantage in my point of view.
And he's also a 3 times world rowing champion in coastal rowing, so that might help as well. But let's see where, look at this, we are at the start. So there they go. So you have here in the blue one, which is close to the shore, it is Cosmos and Galaxy on the other.
Both teams departed very cleanly. There is an early lead of maybe 1.5 meters for one of the crews. Absolutely fantastic style of rowing. The stroke rate is almost same. Both crews have absolutely perfect perfect direction. The stroke rate is about 43.5, 44 strokes per minute. Really high rate in comparison even to the classical rowing.
Yeah, and it is 45 strokes a minute. Can you imagine in a boat that is so heavy, 45, and you have to take it with you. You have the wind with you, so it helps as well to keep a better stroke rate. And I have the impression it is the outside which is at the winning at the moment. But let's see, if it's the outside, it would be a Galaxy.
There is a slight advantage for the crew on the top. They are in slight lead over 1/2 of both legs, and it seems that they're gonna secure this win and they're gonna move to the next round.
Yeah, and they didn't really follow what was said yesterday. You have to try to keep as close as possible to the blue buoy, because then you have a shorter way. It's misleading. We have to repeat this to the coxes. We saw this here with this team that was a little bit further away.
So that was a clear win for the team Kangua Wild Racing Galaxy, with Matilde Barrison, Guglielmo Melagari, Giovanni Melagari, Giulia Miniemi and Fabio Siracusa. Amazing race, amazing performance, and here we are already into the next race, and the next race is gonna be between teams with surf sprinters, with Lola Garcia Zigman
Yeah, we just saw the replay of the race, just a very short snapshot of what happened. It's only 1 minute 30, so yeah, it was nice to see.
So the next race is gonna be between Team Swift surf sprinters with Lola Garcia, Gigamantis Galisanskis, Afonso Duarte Costa, Patricia Batista, and coached by Elia Jorda Clement. And they're gonna row against Team
Coastbuster Germany.
Yep. With Hanne Kistenfenig, Maiko Benedict Remes, Lukas Schäfer, Alexander Förster, and coaxed by Lisa Trog. Really two amazing crews. In the first one, it one very international one from Spain, Lithuania and Portugal. Really amazing people are there. All the beach sprinters, Lola Garcia represented Spain in the European Champs. Gigamantis Galisanskis was, if I'm not mistaken, he had 6th place overall in the World Beach Sprint Final. Afonso Duarte Costa and Patricia Batista, very experienced coastal rowers trained by Pedro Fraga, were the European champions in beach sprint and 4th place at the beach sprint final.
Yeah, but in the meanwhile, they already started. You can see it here. So the Swift surf sprinters against the Coastbusters Germany. Swift surf being on the inside, closer to the rowing club, and the others on the other side.
The German crew are performing very well on the first strokes. They already got into this early lead, but I believe that the sprinters, the international sprinter team, they just gonna try to catch them and to move it to the very last stroke. At the moment, slight lead for the Coastbusters, for the Hannes Kistenfenig, Maiko Benedict Remes, Lukas Schäfer, Alexander Förster and Elisa Trog. Already almost the half of the race is away.
And I believe it is the outside that won, but we always have to wait for the umpires to give us the actual result. It was such a very tight racing that we could see it with 3 Olympians. Can you imagine? We have 10 people in this boat and we have 3 Olympians, which is such a nice lineup here for our Challenge Prince Albert. So that will mean if we saw correctly that it is the Coastbusters Germany, that they will jump over, because they were 14th yesterday at the end of the first day, while the surf sprinters were 8th.
That is exactly the beauty of the sprint races, because there is so many surprises that may occur, and there is an absolutely big difference to the endurance races we had yesterday. Really fantastic result for the German crew, and we hope to see them again winning in the next round.
Yeah, and the next one will be an interesting one as well. The Swift Regatta Rascals against the Kangwa Wild Racing Dynamo. A lot of high-performing people in this one as well. 1 Olympian, Esther Brice Zamorano. Sorry, my Spanish is not always up to thing. But also world champions in beach sprint, in coastal rowing. So yeah, looking forward to this one as well. They are under the orders of the umpire. And of course we have here in this boat Ander Martin, who started a academy for beach sprint, because this is coming up, the beach sprint with the LA will be the first time this will be featured on the Olympic Games.
And they are rowing against Team Kangaroo Wild Racing Dynamo with Roberto Gotts, Mattis Notelet, Annalisa Cozzarini, Megan Knight, and coaxed by one and only Peter Doyle from Ireland. Really very international crew with a lot of really big names in the coastal world. Annalisa Cozzarini being at the coastal race for a very long time already. I think even competing here in the Prince Albert Challenge already for the 4th or for the 3rd time at least. Megan Knight is pretty new, but the athlete from the Great Britain. Mathis Notelet is just such a fantastic person from the France. And he with if I'm not mistaken, third place from the beach sprint finals earlier this year. And yeah, Roberto got on the bow.
Yeah, and Swift Regatta Rascals was third after the first day, while Kangua Dynamo was 15th. And yeah, here in the timing of the time trials, it's the 6th time against the 11th time. So actually, you see that it spread. So we had the 8th time against the 9th, and the 10th against the 7th. So the more we go to the end of this first session, normally the larger the differences should be. And there they go.
Already both crews are on the way. There is absolutely no early leader at the moment. Both crews are side by side, really close to each other. It seems like Spanish crew just in a slide ahead, about one meter ahead. Yeah, they build up a slight lead, but still, this is a kind of short race, but it's anyways long race. Stroke rate is about 50 strokes per minute. It's really amazing strokes, really very fast hands and very fast feet, really very fast stroking, but it's exactly what you need like to win those races.
Yeah, it was 49 strokes a minute for the Kangua Dynamo, while it is 42 for the Swift Regatta Rascals. So quite different way of attacking it, but they have to do 500 meters, huh? And you have to keep something for the end of the race. 47 strokes a minute now. It is such a high stroke rate with tailwind.
Both crews are absolutely on the same level. It seems for a slight lead for the Spanish crew. They are already almost like five strokes from the finish line. It's gonna be decided right now, and yeah, it seems like Spanish crew is just now crossing the line first. Very great race by both the teams. We congratulate the teams with Regatta Rascals, amazing performance, and saying yes, thank you very much to the team Kangua Wild Racing Denmark for an amazing race.
Yeah, indeed, it was closer than you could expect. Again, in this race, and that's what we love about it. All that excitement.
Absolutely fantastic performance, as we saw, very close race, and I believe that every single one of it and every single round what we're gonna experience in a bit, it's gonna be closer and closer, because the teams that are staying for the next round, they're gonna be already more equal of their performance. And as we saw that there was slight difference already in the time trials, nevertheless the crews were absolutely on the same height throughout the whole race course, and this what's so fantastic about this one.
Yeah, and the wind is taking up. We can feel it, and it will help them a little bit as well at tailwind. Although it is sometimes more difficult. You have to be technically very strong to row with a tailwind. Sometimes it's easier with a headwind, because with a tail here a little bit less problems of a balance. But in classic rowing, it surely makes a difference. Let's see whether here the times go up as well, because we saw already 1:30 for these 500 meters in coastal boats with a Cox. Incredible.
So the next lineup is absolutely legendary, because there is a Team Philippi performance with most decorated coastal rower Christopher Bach sitting on the bow, with Joel Nakarina from Finland, with both fantastic blonde girl from Ukraine, really fantastic legends of the classical rowing sport, Darina Verhoglat and Anastasia Kozhenkova, and coaxed by Peter Choi from US.
Yeah, and also Olympians, the Ukrainian.
As I said.
Yeah, really. No, I'm not.
So yeah, and they are going against the team Interstellar with Maria Elena Zerboni, Federica Mugnami, Jodi Felli, Ilaria Bavasano and Ilaria Combo. Very strong talent crew that made the all of those team made the the main target of this season for the beach sprint. So let's say this is their event, and that's where they can perform best.
Yeah, what I wanted to say, you had these Olympians, as you said, and in the other boat you have a little bit less experienced ones in coastal and also in classic rowing. It is a newer, not a younger one, but a newer crew that we have here with the team Interstellar. But they did really well during the time trials, because yesterday they are 18th in the ranking, so they managed to get into the last 16s, and here they go.
Both crews are already on the way. It's a very clean start, no big mistakes at the moment. No a clear leader. Is both crews are absolutely on the same height. It seems like Filippi performance is just shocking, a bit lower than the team Interstellar. Both are about on the stroke rate of 45, approaching already the midboy. Very short race, and yeah, as we see, the team performance Filippi already in the clear lead for over 1/2 boat lengths. But nevertheless, the team Interstellar trying to fight back and to get into this perfect rhythm, try to catch the team Filippi performance. Nevertheless, it seems like the team Filippi is just a bit stronger, and they are securing their lead and also the promotion to the next round.
Yeah, but it's already a very beautiful racing here for Interstellar. Being in the last 16, they show their capacities and their qualities, and they're still trying hard to come back. They have a little bit shorter strokes, as you can see. They go faster, but they're shorter, while the team Filippi Performance has longer strokes, taking all advantage of their lengths and winning here this race. It's a little bit weird that both are on this side of the buoy, I must say. I'm a little bit confused there.
Well, but I would say this is a clear win for the team Filippi Performance. Really outstanding one. As it's gonna be interesting to see them further later today. So, really, from the beginning, it was a clean start from the both crews. For then a clear lead for the team Filippi Performance. They secured their early lead, and yeah, just ended up a race as the winner and promoted to the next round. So, talking about next race, it's gonna be between Team Rubinetti with such a renowned names like Janneke van der Meulen, Jan van der Bae, Carina Roberts and Amos Kaiser, and they are coached by the Femke and Berger. Really amazing crew, amazing people, and such a strong rowers. As we said yesterday, really multiple World Championships titles already, very experienced even in the Prince Albert Challenge. Such a great team. On the other side, they are going against They are going against
a light boat crew, which had a little bit of a problem yesterday. They broke an oar, and this is maybe why they are far. They are 16th in the overall ranking at the moment. But we'll see what they do this time.
Yes, with Chloé Portier, Nathan Puch, Antoine Lefebvre, Chloé Breard, and coached by Sasha Perry.
So yeah, it is a young crew as well. We didn't see them yet into this. And here you see the replay of the unfortunate problem yesterday for the team, the mixed double in from light boat crew. So let's see what they can do there, because they want a revenge, that's for sure. And even though they didn't have that many points, and if I remember correctly, they came in, they took another oar, and they did the race anyway. So what a beautiful side of sportsmanship. So yeah, let's see what they can do here.
I would say that the team light boat is a very strong crew with a lot of sprinters inside. For example, Chloe Briard was a bronze medalist at the World Beach Sprint Final, so very capable of sprinting out and getting into the finish line first. On the other side, you have these big Holland guys like that absolutely have big wads, big shoulders, absolutely fantastic crew with a lot of experience. It's gonna be an absolutely fantastic race.
Yeah, and actually we find back here also Duarte and Batista, who beat Chloé Breillard in for the medal in the coastal World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. And here they go.
So both crews are already on the way, all very clean start. It seems that Team Light Boats is just stroking a bit like 2 or 3 strokes higher. Really amazing one, because this is exactly what they need against those big guys from the Netherlands. This is the more strokes you do, the better it is. 50 strokes a minute, can you imagine? This is a real speed, this is a real sprint we're experiencing right now.
The team Rubin Netti, who is stroking a 50, while it is 41 at the moment for the light boat crew. But look at this, it is not that far, only a canvas between the two at mid-race.
It seems like the team Rubinetti is just slightly ahead. The light boat crew is stroking high. They're trying to get on those big guys, but nevertheless Rubinetti is in a clear lead of half a boat lengths, and they seem like to secure this lead and to trying to get it into the finish line. About 100 meters to go, but it seems that it's a safe win for the team Rubinetti.
Yeah, so the ranking is respected here, and we see that the difference is getting bigger with the strokes, and this time we will have them on the right side of the buoy, and it's not even a full boat length, huh? It's not that big between those two crews, so beautiful performance as well for the crew from light boat from Puech, Lefebvre, Portier and Briard.
And as we said before, it was a fantastic race from the French crew, really high stroke rating, but that's exactly what they needed to win in this race. Unfortunately, it just wasn't slightly not enough, because the Dutch crew, they were just on the higher watts, a bit longer strokes, they did it a bit better, a bit faster. Nevertheless, we say thank you very much for this amazing race to the lightboat crew, and wish much of luck for the team Rubinetti in the following races.
Yeah, we see them, some of the crews getting ready. You know, they also go outside of the harbor to warm up, but I don't think now they still have the time to do this, because the races will go very quickly, one after the other, and follow. We're here in the boat. We're flying with the boat here on the water. I really like these shots where you feel like you are part of the team.
Absolutely, and those pictures are really amazing, and I hope you enjoy them same as we are, and you are getting more into this really coastal vibe, into this racing vibe through those amazing pictures.
And I think now we will hear some cheering here on the dig, because we will have Aviron Monaco, so I would say Dage Monaco, against the Philippi legend. Can you imagine the local crew against the absolute legends of sports of rowing, with the brothers Sinkovic, Martin and Valent, and the sisters Lubning, Magdalena and Katarina. And in the team from Monaco, you have Quentin Antonielli, also 2 times Olympian for Monaco, Guillaume Blanc, Jeanne Roche, Marine Delanoë, and coxed by Thomas Aubel.
Two absolutely fantastic crews. I'm really in love with this boat design of the team Monaco, very unique one. On the other side we have a pretty slick design of the Philippi boat. 2 different boats, 2 different crews already standing and prepared for for this really very short sprint of about 1 minute 30. Really, I almost feel this tension what they're experiencing right now.
Yeah, especially, and also for the coxes, it must be quite a tension at the moment. We see that one is discussing there because it must not be easy to keep the boat in a straight line and to get them ready. And also the people who handle the boats, they are heavy. There is the wind pushing them away and they have to stay there. So not easy. And we talked earlier with Sergio Lopez, who is such an experienced cox, who is in the Philippine legend, but even him was feeling this tension to be with the absolute legends, as the name says.
Very clean start, both crews are departed very well. It seems for a short, very early lead for Team Monaco. They have about 1/2 meter in front of the Team Legends. And both crews are already getting into the really long strokes. Let's see how it's gonna develop. But it seems very good for the Team Monaco right now at the moment. But they're going so close.
Yeah, they're going for it. They're really going for it. The Team Legends, Philippine Legends, is stroking 43 strokes a minute, and you can see the power talking now. The Monaco started very quickly. The Team Philippine came back. Monaco is stroking a 44 strokes a minute. They gave it all. They decided, let's go and see where we die.
And they're absolutely on the same height. I think it might be the race till the very end. Well, they're already approaching about 150 meters mark. It seems that Team Monaco is still about 1 meter, 1.5 meters behind, but they're still trying. And they're trying their best. We hear the audience that already cheering them up. But the legends, they're just moving through this field.
Yeah, and I see that the boat from Monaco is taking a turn there. It's a little bit weird, and they're losing a little bit of time doing this. They're followed by the crew, but it's really close, but it is a win for the Philippine Legends. But what a race for Team Monaco. They really made everything they could, and it was a brilliant race.
Absolutely fantastic one. Performance race by the team Monaco. They delivered maybe one of the best races today. Really close one, fight it till the very end. The legends stayed just legends. They were absolutely unbeatable. They were like from the very stroke, very confident stroking. Amazing race, really strong performance by both crews.
Yeah, we saw the very quick start of Aviron Monaco. They really tried to impress the legends, also to instill a little bit of a doubt into the other crew. But yeah, it's a win for the Philippine Legends.
That was a very brave crew, very brave attempt against the Legends. It was really super fantastic race. Yeah, and shortly we are coming to the next one. And the next one is going to be Team Philippe Turbo with Franz Werner, Sophie Leupold, Juliette Tünte, Moritz Wolf, and coached by Jeanette Hansen. A very strong crew from the Germany, a big sprint crew. They have so much experience in the sprinting. They delivered outstanding performance early this day in the time trial. They are even in a very good position in the overall ranking, and they're going against Team Sweet Harbor Hooligans with Jessica Pera, Eva Karpinen, Charles Cousins, Vincent Neuro, and coached by Luca Peri.
Yeah, also a very experienced crew in terms of coastal rowing, and also in the classic rowing. Jessica Berra, she is rowing such a long time now, coastal. She told us she was doing both of it, but she has a preference for coastal rowing, which is normal coming from Hendaye, where you have so beautiful waves to practice.
Jessica Berra was with us in the coastal world for such a long time, and she's enjoying. I believe that she's really enjoying it. So, really very glad to see her once again, and hope for the for the best performance from her.
Yeah, we just saw on the screen, and we should thank them as well, all the partners who make this possible, together with all the volunteers who are working here. So, yeah, excitement goes up, yeah, wind goes up with the excitement, I have the impression. And 2 more races, and we will come then to the quarterfinals. So only 2.
The race is already on the way. It's an early lead for the Team Turbo Filippi for the German crew. A very clear lead. We see a very good stroking, very well together. It's already a lead over half boat lengths. Amazing performance, about 43-44 strokes a minute for the team Harbor Hooligans. They're trying to catch those Germans, but I think that they secure already their win.
Yeah, it's 44 as well here for Filippi Turbo, and in the ranking it is Turbo who is in the 4th position at the moment, while the Harbor Hooligans are in the 10th position. Let's see whether this is turned over here.
At the moment it seems like it's a clear lead for the Team Turbo. They are already winning over 1.5 boat lengths. Amazing performance, amazing stroking, very well together, and that's where they prove that they are the true sprinters and where they perform best.
Yeah, there's also a difference in the way they put the rowers. We see every time. Sometimes you have stroke, which is a woman, and then a woman at the end. Here we have the 2 women in the middle, and that seems to be efficient for that team because they take the win. It is the Filippi Turbo who takes a win against the Swift Harbor Hooligans. But well done to all of you. It is so good to see you here, and we hope to see you again.
And shortly we are coming to the last race of this round, of top 16 round. And this is gonna be a race between the time trial first against the time trial last. 16th. So it's gonna be between the Team Swift Riviera Rockets with Ben Mason, Finn Hamill, Lauren Henry, Caroline Florine and Cox by Ryan Slatter. And they're gonna go against the Team Filippi Elite with Gabriel Soares, Elodie Rivera Scramosino, Gaia Umbracciavini, Davida Momolo and Cox by Alessandro Calder. So I think that this is actually the race that's gonna be very close. Nevertheless, despite the fact that Swift Riviera Rockets were far from ahead in the time trial, I truly believe that it went something wrong in the Team Filippi Elite, because such a renowned name, such a big power actually, what is sitting in the Team Filippi Elite with Gabriel Soares, with Elodie, with Gaia and Davide. I truly believe that this is going to be a very close race. What do you think?
Yeah, don't forget we have 2 Olympians in each boat as well, so people with a lot of experience. We also have the coxes who are quite experienced, and the youngest cox here on the water, who is Ryan Slater for the Team Riviera Rockets. He's only 16 and he is a surf lifeguard, so he knows about the sea, and he will bring them. I think yesterday he had a huge impact as well on the winds, but I'm so excited by this race. At the moment in the final, in the overall ranking, it is the 1st against the 6th.
10th.
In the overall ranking, it is the 1st against the 6th, and it is the 1st against the 16th time in the time trials.
Absolutely. Both crews are already lined up making the final adjustments, and I believe that both crews understand that the opposite crew is such a powerful one, and it refers actually to both crews. So I think that there is even tension between the athletes. They don't really know, are they gonna win, are they gonna lose. The only thing that I have in mind, I just do want to perform best and to have fun.
Yeah, and also in the boat, in the Riviera Rockets, we have Lauren Henry, and Caroline Florent, and probably next year they will race in against each other in the women's single. So here there are teammates, and they will find back each other back next year, probably in the women's single, if they pass the trials in both their countries. But this shows as well the exceptional quality and spirit of the Challenge Prince Albert II, where you team up with the people you want to and you make the best time out of it, on the water and off the water. It's strange how the blades are not really parallel in the Swift boat there. It's you see that they're not really parallel for the start. It's let's see how they do. Maybe it's because they're still trying to get the boat into position. There they go. And what will it give? Yeah, the first, again, the 6th in the overall ranking. The first, again, the 16th in the time trial. Did the team Philippi Elite not give everything? Let's see.
Well, both crews already on the way. It seems like for an early lead for the Team Riviera Rockets on the left with a yellow boat, with a yellow Swift boat. They got into this a bit more powerful position in the a bit slightly comfortable early lead. Team Philippi Elite, they're trying to fight back with a stroke rate of about 42, 43 strokes per minute. They are doing their best, but I think it's just not gonna be slightly enough.
Yeah, and I had the impression they weren't really ready when the start was given. These oars weren't parallel. I don't know what was happening. 45 strokes a minute for the Riviera Rockets here, for the Swift Riviera Rockets. Quite high rating, and you see it's Caroline Florent who is at the stroke, and she's a single sculler, so she knows about rhythm, she knows how to take the boat with her.
Absolutely fantastic performance for Team Swift Riviera Rockets, and they're promoting themselves with this race that's gonna be finished in about 50 meters. And they're promoting themselves to the next round, and then going to fight for the medals. We're saying thank you, and well done for the Team Philippi Elite. It was a very great weekend for them, really amazing one, and yeah, we hope to see them again next year.
Yeah, no, it was a great racing, and I had the impression that the last 10 strokes, I would say, were not full power in the Swift Regatta Rockets, because they know they might still have 3 races to do, and yeah, if it's respected, if the ranking is respected, they will have. Look at this, what a start. From the start onwards, they took the lead. It was nearly half a boat length after 20 strokes, and it grew until 1 full boat length. So, that was it for the 8th final. We will now move to the quarterfinals, and it will follow again. We have no time to breathe, and look at this. You can follow here who will be racing. You will have in this quarterfinals the Team Philippi Performance against Rubinetti as a first race, then the Kangua the Swift Regatta Rascals against Philippi Legends, then Coastbusters against Philippi Turbo, Swift Riviera Rockets against Galaxy. So this will be the quarterfinals that you will experience now. It will be closer again. It will get closer and closer in terms of timing. So more and more exciting races.
Absolutely, you're right. The next race is just gonna be already much closer, because it's already basically the top 8. In comparison to the time trial, there was only 1 crew that surpassed the time trial position. It was the Team Kangua Wild Racing Galaxy, who was just slightly ahead of the Team Kangua Cosmos, and secure, because they had their 9th time in the time trial, and they basically came already in the top 8.
And they will be getting ready soon. and the wind is just blowing harder and harder. So the times will probably be also better with each round.
Well, but don't forget that, you know, the athletes are also getting a bit tired, a bit exhausted. Of course, they're motivated and, you know, they are encouraged by all this atmosphere that is here in the harbor, in the city, and trying to perform their best. But nevertheless, you see that, you know, the physical capacities already are limited as well. They are trying their best, but, you know, this is really hardcore racing right here, right now.
Yeah, this is something they're quite used to repeat efforts. It's something they build on to go into the racing, especially those who will be competing in the beach sprints, because that's what they have to train on. Huh?
Well, we see that already both crews are lining up for the next race. It's
Filippi Performance and Rubinetti.
Normally. Yeah, that's true. True. Because, you know how you recognize on the picture that this is Rubinetti. You see Amos Kaiser with his hat, and this is exactly this cowboy hat. Yeah. Really, absolute legend. Such a recognizable person. Really love him. So yeah. Now we are coming to really very serious racing. And we are we are on the way. Team Rubinetti against Team Performance Filippi. Really two very well prepared teams, as we said before, very big names in the both of them. It seems like a lead for the Team Rubinetti, about 1 meter, 1.5 meters ahead over Team Filippi Performance. I'm pretty sure that Chris Beck gonna definitely try to push it through with applying all of his sprinting capacities, and Darina and Anastasia, they definitely have the watts to support the guys and to move the boat forward. It seems both crews are already on the stroke rate of 45-46 strokes a minute.
Yeah, it is the 9th in the overall ranking against the 5th in the overall ranking. So it's really close, those two. You can, because yesterday with all the performances, they did really well. And it's really difficult to say at the moment because the finish line is a little bit not straight, so it can be confusing. And Filippi Performance is stroking a 45 strokes a minute for the moment. I hope the jury is ready for this very tight finish.
It's going to be a very tight finish, but it seems like Filippi Performance just slightly ahead, about 1 meter ahead. So, Chris Beck, Joel Nokorin and Anastasia Kozhenkova and Darya Verkhoglad are securing their win, and they are promoting into the next round.
I'm not that confident to say that. I want to see what the finish will be. It seems it's like that, but I heard only one beep from the umpire, so let's wait. Maybe on the replay we'll have a better view. They didn't start as quick, both of them. It's also one of the crews is a little bit more experienced, I would say. All these Dutch ones, they are quite experienced, and yeah, I dare not say who it was.
That was absolutely close race.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, in my personal opinion, from my point of view, I'm pretty convinced that it might be the Team Filippi Performance being just slightly ahead, about 20 to 30 centimeters ahead.
Wow, you have good eyes to see 20 centimeters from such a distance. It's, yeah, we will see when we get the official result. I see the rowing fin and Chris back here in the boat, accompanied by the two Ukrainians. Very good rowing, very good. And it's a combination as well from coastal and classic rowing. That works really well. And also from Erg with the rowing fin.
We are coming to the next round, and this one gonna be between Team Swift Regatta Rascals, the Spanish crew. Absolutely fantastic one, going against the Team Filippi Legends. This basically in the both crew there are legends of the sport. So, it's, you know, all further racing, it's gonna be just such a tight one, just because the level and experience of all the athletes involved in those races are just so high, and that like really world elite is experienced right here on this course today.
And it's an important race, because in the overall ranking they are second and third. So this will really make a huge difference here, who will go through. For the Sinkovic brothers, for one of them, it's the very first time he comes and rows on coastal rowing. Valent already did it last year. The Lubnik, they have a lot of experience in this. And yeah, for the Regatta Rascals, there are a lot of experience in coastal, and while there are not that many waves, also the boat handling, the way to move that boat forward is different from a classic boat.
I would even say that the boat shapes are completely different.
Here they go, and there's nothing between them at the moment. I would love to hear the coxers and what they are saying to each other. Look at this beautiful shot. We're following them. We are with them in the boat. We can push with them because it's so close.
Absolutely, very good performance by both crews. It seems like Team Philippe Legends is just slightly ahead, about half a meter in front. 46 strokes a minute for the Legends. Really amazing stroking. We see very powerful, very long strokes. But despite this high rate, to stay this calm, that powerful, is very complicated.
Yeah. And I can't see any difference here again. It is so close, 44 strokes a minute as well for the Swift Regatta Rascals. And I would not like to be an umpire at the moment, definitely, because they need to really look at it. I guess they have replays and see how it goes. Look at the boats here. What a speed in the boat.
What a speed in the boat, and both teams are absolutely equal. Stroking 45 strokes a minute, approaching the finish line.
Look at the power, they look at each other, they try to give the motivation. The coxes are giving them the motivation they need. And poof, there were two toots, but don't ask me for whom. You were the one who had the best view.
Wow. Well, I truly believe that it was absolutely equal race. So to be honest, in this race, I know absolutely no idea who was in front. It was such a close performance. Both crews are absolutely exhausted. You see their faces, how really tiring it is. Really amazing performance. That's why we're actually watching those races and why we enjoy this so much.
Yeah, and the Sinkovic family asking us who won. We don't know. We're not in front of the line. Sorry for this. We will look after this. We will have a look. There is 2 more races. We will have a look at the results and then we will know. But for the moment, I dare not say who will go through. Definitely.
Absolutely fantastic performance by all the crews. Very clean departures from both crews that were equal on the same height over the whole course of the race. Really very close one. I believe there was a bit of lead for the Team Philippe Legends over the course, but it might be that the Team Swift Regatta Rascals, that just in the last strokes just had this additional watts just to be a bit faster than the others.
And that's so exciting, because nobody knows. So we are waiting to see who will go to the next round, and we will have to check the times. But let's give the time also to the umpires to decide and to give a good result. 2 more to go in the quarterfinals, and again it will be the Coastbusters and the Philippi Turbo this time.
So this time those are actually 2 Germany teams, and one of them is really like very specialized in the pitch sprint. Another one is doing a bit more endurance racing. Really very strong crews, both of them. I would say a bit different vibes of both crews. One is a bit more serious, a bit more like Olympic style. The other one is a bit more relaxed, a bit more vibing around, you know, like enjoying the endurance racing. But let's see how they're gonna perform against each other exactly in this race.
Yeah, we see in the registration that the Philippe Turbo is registered as Coastal Rowing Germany, because a lot of nations are preparing now for the Olympics, for LA, so they have specialized training, while the other are a combination of Mainzer, Meschede, Marburger, Nordwest und Kieler, Erster Kieler, so quite a spread of clubs in Germany for the crew from Coastbusters Germany, and they are under the orders of the starter.
I'm so much excited about this race, because just it's two German crews and they're gonna confront themselves and try to prove who is the best sprinter, at least on this course.
There they go. Good start for both of them. It is, it's really neck and neck. You can see that they stroke the same. We have the impression to see an 8 there, because they're really stroking together. I can imagine as well the tension of the coxes and everything they have to do here.
Absolutely on the same height, and it seems like Team Philippe Turbo just slightly ahead, about 50 centimeters in front of the other one, but still didn't decide it yet, and both crews are on the way, and they are stroking 49 strokes a minute. What a performance!
This is just insane. 49 strokes a minute in a very heavy boat. It is 45 for the crew from Coastbuster Germany. The Philippe Turbo is nearly at 50 strokes a minute. We knew the Italians being very good for high stroking. Now it seems that the Germans are doing the same.
Absolutely fantastic race, and it seems that Team Philippe Turbo just slightly ahead, about 1 meter ahead, but it still didn't decide it yet, because the Coastbusters are trying to fight it back and try to get those opposite team, but it seems like Team Philippe Turbo is securing their win.
Yeah,
in this race.
Yeah, indeed, they are ahead here, and they will take the win and go through to the semi-finals. But what a beautiful race as well for the Coastbusters, for this German combination, the other one being a more made up crew, and a lot of supporters here for them.
Absolutely fantastic race. We saw that the first half of the race was absolutely equal. Both crews performed their best. The Team Philippe Turbo just activated their turbo and went up to 50 strokes a minute. Was really such a sprinting capacity. It's absolutely fantastic performance by this crew. Nevertheless, the Coastbusters were fighting so fiercely back. Amazing race, amazing vibe. Really glad to have it seen.
So one more quarterfinal, and then we'll have a very short break of 10-20 minutes before we go into the semi-finals, and that will mean that we will have 4 more races for you to go to semi-finals, a final B and a final A, and it's getting closer and closer. Next one is with Swift Riviera Rockets and Kangua Wild Racing Galaxy.
Well, you know what? The Team Wild Racing Galaxy seems like a little underdog in this race. Nevertheless, I just want to remind you the performance of this crew last year. They were up to the very last rounds of the sprint challenge. So I believe that this is the crew that might not perform the best in the endurance racing, but they're absolutely very strong and they're fighting very fiercely in the sprints.
Yeah, the brothers Melagari have quite an experience together as well.
Absolutely.
They won quite a lot of medals while they were racing together, and yeah, the two girls also are good. Just that I don't see any coastal experience for Giulia Miniemi. She is very good. She's still an under 23. She had 3 medals in lightweight women's and so on. And we see more and more of those lightweights to come to coastal racing.
Very powerful crew. Believe in them, really amazing people, and as I said, I really believe in their performance because, you know, they weren't really performing so well last year, but they ended up really in the high ranking in the sprint ranking last year. And that is, you know, for this particular race, you don't need the endurance, you just need fast legs and fast arms.
They were 7th in the overall ranking yesterday. They were 9th in the time trials. So let's see. And they are competing again, the first first time in the time trials and also first in the overall ranking. Yeah, what a tension at the start, keeping these boats also straight, because every time you have to touch it, for the cocks, it slows it down, and there they go. Look at the short strokes that were taken by the Swift Riviera Rockets to get the boat going.
Absolutely fantastic start, and as I said before that the Riviera Rockets, they are trying to get into this early lead, but Team Kangua Galaxy, they are fighting furiously back and they're trying to keep on the same height with the Riviera Rockets. It seems like a yellow boat just slightly ahead, about 1/2 meter in front. They're coming to the mid of the race.
With 44 rating for the Swift Riviera Racing against the 48 for the Kangua Wild Racing Galaxy. So high stroke rates here to try to come back. Let's see what they can do. They're very close together again. Yeah. I believe it is still a lead here for Swift Riviera Rockets, but another 200 meters to go.
Another 100 meters to go, and the teams are firing it up to 45 strokes a minute. The Team Kangua Galaxies are trying their best in the last meters, but it seems just slightly not enough to get those Riviera Rockets.
I think they're really well named, the Riviera Rockets. Look at this. It's nearly a full boat length lead that they took on these 500 meters. This time they didn't let it go a little bit, like we had the impression in the previous round, where the last 10 strokes were a little bit softer, but here they couldn't because of the very good opponents of the Kangua Wild Racing Galaxy.
Amazing performance, as always, by the both crews. There is on this particular event only amazing performances, just to remind you. There is no bad performances, only the amazing one. And we wish the best of luck for the Riviera Rockets for the next rounds, because those one gonna be absolutely tough. And I hope that we're finally gonna discover who are actually in the next round from the previous races, because those were so close, unbelievable.
I am going to check on the crew timer, you can know, so that we know exactly what it was, hoping that the umpires had the time as well to look at it and to decide, because it was so close. I already said it, I wouldn't like to be in their shoes at the moment. So here we have we get it on the screen so you can follow with us. So in the half finals we will have the Philippi Turbo against the Swift Riviera Rockets. That's not what I
No, Philippi Legends, I think.
Philippi Legends, I think. So Philippi Legends won that very close race against the Regatta Rascals. So this is sure. No?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's true.
Yes, and Philippi Performance that we had, and Turbo, Philippi Turbo is there as well against the Coastbusters. So yeah, it was really close, huh? So let's recap.
Yeah, for crews.
The Turbo, Performance, Riviera and Legends.
So, just to summarize, in those close racing, the Team Filippi performance won just slightly ahead of the Team Rubinetti. It was an amazing race, we enjoyed it very much, very close one, and in the race between the legends, but one is Team Filippi Legends and the another one, the Team Regatta Rascals, won the Team Filippi Legends.
Yeah, we will have a little recap of what happened this morning. Look at this, all those close racings with beautiful shots, giving us the impression of being with the rowers in the team. It is really incredible to see. Yeah, there was a little bit more. That was the one where I was a little bit surprised to see them both on the same side of the buoy. It was a little bit weird, but it worked. And yeah, here we have on the screen the Swift Riviera Rockets, who have been amazing yesterday, who are still amazing today, and they are through to the semi-final. But that means that those 4 crews we still have will have to race 2 more times, huh? Because there will be afterwards a B final and an A final.
I believe those races are gonna be just so close. They're gonna be so exciting. They're just gonna be so exciting. I'm really very glad and very looking forward to seeing them racing. I believe every single race of it will be inside of maybe 1/2 of a second. It's gonna be so amazing.
Yeah, get your eyes ready.
I'm getting my eyes ready. Because I believe this is gonna be a very, very challenging job for the juries.
Okay, so we have a little break. The next race will start at 11:30, which is about 9 minutes from now. And yeah, really looking forward to it. What would you take with you from these first rounds that we saw?
Well, I would say that was a very close racing. I think this year it was just even much closer than it was last year, because last year it was like 8 very strong crews that were fighting in the sprints. But we see right now that even in the top 16 round there were already very close racing, maybe inside of 1 second, a lot of crews. And this is actually what a big difference, and what for me is a very nice sign and of the development of the event itself.
Yeah, it shows that the level goes up and up and up. Every year we say, wow, this is the best lineup we've ever had. And it is again and again and again. And for this 20th edition, it is such a privilege to be able to watch those races with all these top crews.
I believe that everybody who is coming here, they absolutely know the idea of this event and also the values it represents, and one of those is exactly like this international friendship, the sportsmanship, and just hanging out together and enjoying the time, enjoying the passion, and sharing the passion, and being in this international community.
And when you say international, it's truly international, with all the different nationalities that we have here. We have people coming from the USA, with Vesper even, with a very well-known club there. We have people coming from New Zealand to join us here. We have actually 19 different nationalities here, which shows that rowing and coastal rowing is really an international sport.
And that's what makes this sport actually very interesting, that you have such a bright variety of different personalities, of different nationalities, of the different, let's say, people that are just enjoying the same passion, the same activities. They spend basically in every part of the world so much time doing actually exactly the same thing, and this is just a very strong and very beautiful idea to represent.
Yeah, and it shows as well, I think, that rowing is going even more global because, or thanks to the coastal rowing, because there are so many islands, there are so many people who are surrounded by water. We can expand the global community of the rowers.
I think that that is a very important contribution of the coastal rowing for the rowing society itself. Because, for example, even here we met the representative of Bermuda, and as we know that at the moment there are the racing in the, if I'm Barbados, if I'm not mistaken, the Commonwealth races, and this gives you opportunity even for the small countries, for the small island countries, to participate in the world tours and also to be part of this international sport community.
Yeah, indeed. I think it's also good to see that we can go global and also, I believe, sustainable, because a sport has to grow, a sport has to find new people to come in it, to be sustainable, and also the way people consume sport now is different, and this format is really what people can follow easily. It's short, it's exciting, and yeah, there is this unpredictably aspect of it.
Absolutely, and this is I think that that stands on the other side to the classical rowing, and that's where a lot of even classical rowers like the vibe of exactly this kind of performance, just because it's just a bit more relaxed, it's still a bit more freer from different rules, from different setups. It's just easier to understand, and it's, you know, you just do it. You do it how you feel it. Nobody knows how to do it proper, so you just do it how you feel it.
It's true that we see very different styles when we see coastal rowers, and even now here we see that a little bit also in classic rowing, but less. What I would love to see, you know, when you go on holidays, you have those kayaks everywhere where people can enjoy. I would love to see rowing boats as well for people to go and enjoy the sea, because it's something else, and we would then be able to touch many more people, like we do with erging, where we touch a large community as well.
I would say with the erging it's a bit different, because you have still the gyms, the fitness centers, you can have even this high rocks competition, so it gets a bit more popular in this indoor style. The coastal is a bit more complicated just because of the logistics and because of the weight and what you actually need and what is the basic preparation you need in order to being a coastal rower, at least to be in the sea. Nevertheless, I truly believe that even for the let's say unexperienced rowers, it's a very good challenge, and it's a very good possibility to go out in the sea, to enjoy the waters, to enjoy even the open waters. But, you know, don't forget to be careful, because it's still a sea and it's an open sea, and there are a lot of dangers that are also relevant to this one as well.
Yeah, but just to enjoy, and I think it is a little bit more stable than the kayak, so you can do more. It's true that you need to know a little bit of the movement, but if you start, for instance, with erg, you already have a feeling of it, and then you can move and go on to coastal rowing. Why not? Let's dream wild, like some of the boats we had here, wild racing.
Absolutely. You know, and I would say that everybody who is coming here, they're coming not only even for the rowing, but because they even all the time they miss even the friends, the international friends. For example, me personally, I absolutely missing like the guys from the last year, the Lithuanian double mix, the Dominikas Jankones and Martina. Kazalogist, who are just not here. I'm very sad to see them not coming, unfortunately. But sometimes, but you know, And this is something why people come here, why they race together, why they join into the teams, because of this international friendship that develops over the course of the season, over the years even. I would say sometimes it's even decades behind that. And this is something very beautiful.
Yeah, and 2 minutes, I think, to go normally for the next races, which would be the semi-final. And indeed, we see that the boats are ready there at the start with the German blades. This is Philippi Turbo. And on your left side, you have the Philippi Legends. I don't believe we have to introduce them anymore.
It's absolutely fantastic lineup. I believe this is gonna be just such a fantastic race, because basically the true beach sprinters, because this is what Team Turbo is, against the true legends of the classic rowing and also of the coastal world.
What a tension at the start. And also, congratulations to the boat handlers here, the ones who are keeping these boats in a straight line. Look, there they go. Yes, it is the first semi-final. Philippi Turbo and Philippi Legends.
Absolutely fantastic departure for both of crews. It seems that Team Philippi Legends just slightly ahead, but I believe that the Team Philippi Turbo are stroking just a bit higher. I think we saw already stroking them about 50 strokes per minute, but Philippi Legends, they're stroking 45 right now at the moment.
Yeah, 45 is high, but you know as well the power in these boats with the watt fabrics from the Lebning and the two Sinkovich, and they are stroking a little bit higher with 47 strokes a minute. It is incredible, but what a power, and look how beautiful they rode together. I believe they never rode together before this, and it seems like natural.
Yes, and the both crews they're coming to the last 150 meters, 100 meters, last 10 strokes to go. It seems that the team from Germany just slightly ahead. They're hiring it up to 47 strokes per minute.
I can see the tension also on the families here and on the different coaches who are there. They can't see the difference neither. Both of them coming together to the finish line. Who will take it from the Philippi Turbo or the Legends? Again, I heard only one toot.
It seems like Team Philippi Turbo are already celebrating their win. It looked very close. I still don't dare to say who was in front, because that was such a close race.
But when we see also that Philippi Legends are congratulating the others, maybe that means that it is Turbo who goes through to the A final, and we will see then the Legends back in the B final. But let's wait for the official result. Although I would believe the rowers know and they feel it and they see it.
Well, but you know, like there is always this little challenge of knowing where exactly the finish line is. So I wouldn't be that sure. It seemed like it's true. It seems like Team Philippi Turbo was slightly ahead.
Yeah. Wow. What will be the next one? The next one with Philippi Performance and the Swift Riviera Rockets. Another one of those very close races, most probably. We see happy faces in the Philippi Turbo, so they have not that much time to recover neither, because the A final will be at 11:55 and the B final at 11:50. So now it's even more difficult. It's even more close together that they have to recover. And I really believe that Turbo has been declared the winners, because we see the Legends going out on the sea to cool down.
But wow, I believe that Team Philippe Turbo just did absolutely fantastic performance. All the sprinters, they really proved the fact that they were training for just sprints and that they know how to sprint, they even know how to row together. They train all the time together. Amazing performance, and we're gonna be very happy to see them further in the next round in the final A, fighting for the overall win.
Yeah, but that means that the legends can still fight for the bronze medal as well. Huh? They will have one more chance. And the next race is ready at the start under the orders of the starter.
Both crews are already preparing, doing the loss adjustment. This is gonna be a very hard race for both of the crews. Just to remind you, very well-known names in the both crews. On the one side, we have a composite from Netherlands, New Zealand, and Great Britain. On the other side, you have US, Finland, and Ukraine. Amazing crews, amazing people, and amazing performance they're gonna deliver right now.
Yeah. Trying to get the boat in the perfect position so that they don't have to steer too much. Here they go. Huh? Clean start, a very high stroke rating for both of them immediately, a little bit longer for the crew on the yellow side, which is the Riviera Rockets.
Absolutely fantastic performance by both of the crews. On the same height, it seems that Riviera Rockets just got into this slight lead. It seems that that's striking so high. The Riviera Rockets with almost 49-50 strokes a minute. It's absolutely fantastic performance. But Team Philippe performance, they are striking a bit low with 47, but they are keeping it up.
Yeah, no, the difference that we saw at the beginning is not there anymore. Huh? They're really leveled, I have the impression at the moment. We have a lot of cheering here as well for the different teams. It is amazing. Now it seems like the Riviera Rockets are a little bit in front again. They took it up and trying to go as fast as they come, but it will be also close. Look at this. What a performance. What athletes.
Absolutely fantastic one. Both teams are absolutely equal, approaching 50 meters mark. It seems like Team Philippe performance just slightly ahead. Oh no, actually they are absolutely on the same level. Absolutely fantastic one. Team Riviera Rocket just might be slightly ahead at the end of the race.
This time I saw that the Swift Riviera Rockets were in front there, because, and also seeing the reaction in the team from Philippe Performance, who were not happy with the race. You could see Chris back really, yeah, not that happy, I have the impression. But let's wait again for the official result, because this time I saw, I think, the Swift Riviera Rockets in the lead.
I personally believe it's not the sadness, it's just, you know, exhaustion. Because that was a very hard race.
He was hitting hard the boat. So yeah, he still had a little bit of power to hit the boat. So yeah, but I can't believe how they feel now, because both of them still have 2 races to go. Huh? It is quite hard, but they have about yeah, 15 minutes break just to recover, drink something and be ready for the next one. And you can see while they pass the Philippe performance, you have the 2 ladies, the 2 Ukrainian ladies at the front,
and then beauty queens.
And then the rowing Finn and Chris back at the bow, while in the Swift boat you have the 2 women at the extremes, stroking and bow, and the 2 powerhouses in the middle.
I would say that, you know, It's just dependent on the crew. It's just certain understanding of the tactics. There is a clear understanding what make the boat faster, and also I would say dependent on how the athletes even feel in the boat, where do they want to be. They decide how they sit in the boat. And yeah, right now on the screen we see the whole medal table, and yes, in the final B, the Team Filippi Legends gonna fight with Filippi for the bronze, and final A gonna be between Filippi Turbo, the German team, against Swift Riviera Rockets, the composite from Netherlands, New Zealand and Great Britain.
And we have also a visit of Son Altesse Sérénissime le Prince Albert II de Monaco. The challenge is named for him, and yeah, he's a lover of rowing, of sports in general. He is also an Olympian, and yeah, his grandfather was an Olympic champion several times. It's in the family, and we also have John Kelly III, who is here with Vesper, also the family of the prince, and you can see that they really are interested by this racing, and they will witness it from very close. Lucky them as well, huh? But it's so nice to have them here, to have him here, because he shows how sport is close to his heart. He's also somebody who is very engaged into sustainability. Rowing is a sustainable sport, and I think this is also one of the reasons he loves it.
Absolutely, and as we know that he has a very busy schedule. Nevertheless, he finds always time for this competition to attend and to have some chat, even with the athletes, with the organizers, with the volunteers as well, and it just shows the appreciation of the challenge itself, and how well actually even the state of Monaco stands behind this challenge.
Exactly, because also the Mairie de Monaco is one of the sponsors, the partners in this event. So yeah, it is really important. Now, coming back to the racing, I think we may say that we already know the winner of the Challenge Prince Albert de Monaco 2025, because Riviera Rockets, the Swift Riviera Rockets, will go into the final, yeah, against Filippi Turbo. Yeah, Filippi Turbo is in 4th position, and they have yeah, more than 30 points different. So yeah, they can't beat that. They can't take enough points to beat Riviera Rockets, who will take a lot of points here as well. So there is still a little bit of a suspense for other places, but not anymore for the first one.
I would say for the second,
yeah,
it still might be a fight, because we had a Team Filippi Legends that were in the place 2 and the Team Filippi Turbo in the place 4. There was a difference of over 18 points. It might be that it's already actually doesn't matter in which position, but I think that with this performance in the sprint, Team Filippi Turbo definitely gonna beat the third crew, the team Swift Regatta Rascals.
Indeed, I think you're right. But let's see. But
I would say let's just enjoy the racing, yeah, because I'm pretty sure the crews are definitely want to perform the best if they're already in finals.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is that probably there is a little bit less of a pressure. Oh, of course, there is always a pressure to do the best you can, but in terms of ranking, so it can be an advantage as well for the team from Swift Riviera Rockets, because they can just give whatever they want. They can just lose it, give it, and go for it.
I would say, you know, before they were under the tension to win, but right now they're just doing it with the heart, you know. they're just rowing with the heart. They're just trying, like, you know, their best just to have fun because they already won it.
Yeah, indeed.
So, and I truly think that they already even know it, that they won.
Of course. And here we have the team from Philippi Performance who was so disappointed, I think, not to be in the A final, but they called performance, and what a performance for them. Il y a une erreur, il y a marqué performance au lieu de performance.
Both crews already preparing for the final B, and this is gonna be one of the last races for today. It's a bit even sad, I would say, that these amazing challenges comes to an end.
Indeed, we had such a great racing and great conditions, because yesterday the waves were a little bit bigger than today, which was great for the endurance races. Today it's in the harbor, so we knew it would be less of a rock and roll race in terms of waves, but yeah, perfect conditions, and yeah, lots of people enjoying it as well. The crews enjoying it as well. I think people are just having the last minutes. They can look at all these legends who are here.
Absolutely. The weather was absolutely perfect for the endurance racing. It was really hard enough not to be completely flat, but it was not too hard enough to be completely crazy and chaotic. The racing we experienced over the course of this weekend was absolutely fantastic. We had the broken oars, we had the collisions, we had everything. We had the overtakes on the stretch, we had overtakes in the curves. It was absolutely regatta full of all different kind of surprises. And as we saw even today, the sprints, such a successful and such a exciting style of rowing.
Yeah, and the combination of both is really nice as well, because you can show other skills at a certain moment. It's not the same doing an endurance race of 4 or 6 kilometers and doing a sprint like this. It requires other athletics performances, and we asked the teams to do this for everything and continue to do it. They had a little party yesterday, but I believe the top crews didn't party too much.
That's what I personally think is a bit sad, and the most of the crews they are departing today and not tomorrow, but I believe that, you know, we're gonna find a way to to make some extracurricular activities real.
But at the end there will also be a Miranda for all the different athletes, so they can still mingle a little bit, and this is also part of this very interesting and great racing that we have here. People can just mingle, they talk to each other. We see that teams that were together last year created other teams this year. So I guess it's all about the way you look at each other, you talk to each other, what you want to achieve together. So it's really important.
Absolutely fantastic feel to be here among all those talented people. Yeah. And as we see already, the last racing are almost on the go. Last preparation are being done by both of the crews. They're lining up the boats just direction finish line, and for all the next races, this is gonna be the last race for today and for this weekend.
But what do they do with all the lactate they have already in the legs and in the arms?
They eat them.
It's really, really tough. I am under.
They eat lactate for the breakfast, so it's okay.
Yeah. What I wanted to say is that I'm really impressed by their possibilities, and this is part of the training of a top athlete as well, to be able to overcome, to do again, and so on. So really, what a performance of all the teams, be the first one or the last one. I believe they really all deserve our appreciation. But in a few moments, we will have the start of two very good races. The B final followed by the A final. The Philippi Legends against the Philippi Performance for the B final. And I take the opportunity of what we see on the screen to thank all the partners to help to do this.
I'm just already under the tension because I'm very, very interested to see how this race gonna develop.
Yeah, because it's a bronze medal here. It's either a medal or fourth place, which is always the most difficult place. That is saying it's just next to the medals. But yeah, I guess here, they're not really lined up in the same way. Now they are rectifying it. This is great, with these shots we can really live it and we know what's happening. We can see how the race develops as well. It is amazing, and I hope you enjoy it. Develops as well. It is amazing, and I hope you enjoy it as well. Again, differences in the oars. You see, they're not all parallel. We saw that already a little bit earlier. Let's see what they do when they start. It will be very shortly.
I believe it's gonna be just such an amazing race. I'm really looking forward for this start signal.
Look, there they go.
And they're already on the way. Look at those first powerful strokes. No clear leader at the moment, no big mistakes. So both the crews performing their best, stroking so high.
No, they're going really neck and neck here, and next to each other. They can feel the other boat. Even they are professionals. They don't look at the other boat, but they feel it. They see it in the corner of their side, and it must be really tough psychologically. The boat is stroking 44 at the moment, so let's see how it develops. But for the moment, there is nothing between the two boats.
Absolutely nothing, about 30 centimeters, and it seems like a slight lead for the team Philippi Legends. But this is absolutely not decided yet. About 200 meters to go. Both crews understand that the last 200 meters are already around the corner. 44 strokes a minute. And they're pushing it through.
Yeah, you see the watts coming out here. Look, they're really leveled. There is nothing between the two boats. I would love to hear how the coxes are trying to motivate their teams.
I think those coxes are just now trying to jump out of their seats and to jump out of the boat in order their boat to win. Absolutely equal performance.
Yeah, difficult to say. Again, I'm sorry, buyers, we're not in front of the line, so it is so difficult. I don't even think that the rowers know, looking at their way of doing. They just look at each other, they congratulate, but... it is the Philippi Legends that won, if I understood clearly. 0.2 of a second for the Legends. Can you imagine?
Absolutely, very close
this
racing.
This is 1 centimeter?
Not even? Maybe 5. Maybe 5. Yeah, but that was absolute.
Look at this. It's such rowing at an extreme good level. Thank you so much for being here, all of you.
Absolutely true. Team Philippi Performance, very well done. Fought till the very end against the Team Legends. So just to summarize, Team Philippi Performance with Chris Peck, Anastasia Kozhenkova, Daria Verkhoglad and Joel Naurakinen, coaxed by Petacho, have a place 4. And the Team Philippi Legends with Katarina and Magdalena Lobnik and Martin and Volen Sinkovic are going for the bronze medal. And in overall ranking, it seems like Team Philippi Legends are getting their third place. Second. Yeah, you're right. Second. Because third's gonna be Filippi Turbo.
Well done to them, really. And we can see smiles on their face. How can they do it? Still smiling after such performances. This shows the level of these exceptional athletes. Really so well done to all of them. It is brilliant. It is incredible. Also, Chris Back has a smile again. He was a little bit disappointed to be in the B final, but there he is again happy. Also, the rowing Finn has a smile, and the two Ukrainian are also in, yeah, I would say a very nice way to finish this regatta. They are preparing. It's 2 more minutes to the start of the A final. This is what we have been working, they have been working on for the last, for this morning, to go and get this gold medal. We have Filippi Turbo and Swift Regatta Rascals.
Well, this is actually, I would say, the race of the day. And this is the last race. Can you imagine? We were here with you, dear viewer, for the last maybe altogether 10 streaming hours. Just actually for this one last race. And this is, you know, just feeling a bit sad. Just to remind you that in this race are 2 teams. Team Filippi Turbo with Moritz Wolf, Julia Tertunte, Franz Werner and Sophie Leopold against Team Swift Riviera Rockets, Caroline Florine, Finn Hamel, Ben Mason and Lauren
Henry.
And
Ryan Slatter as a cox.
And they are already on the way.
Yeah, and I think they already took an early lead. Not a big one, but they took an early lead. But let's see with Filippi Turbo, who's a very composed crew. They know each other, they train with each other, can combine the things. So 52 for the Swift Regatta Rockets. 52 strokes a minute.
Absolutely fantastic.
Wow.
But you know how Turbo works. It just has a little turbo lag, and that's exactly on the second part of the race. They expected to push so much harder and to try to get those rockets again, but it seems that Swift Riviera Rockets just slightly ahead, about 1.5 meters from their opponents.
And the stroke rate also from the Filippi Turbo is lower. They have also a lot of strength, of power, but who can compete against these Swift Riviera Rockets? New Zealand, Great Britain and the Netherlands, who have been working together to come and celebrate. Please give them a round of applause, all the people here on the ground, because that's such a performance. They win here with both legs. Can you imagine? Wow!
Amazing performance. We're celebrating their win together with the Team Swift Riviera Rockets. And you know what? The Caroline Florine, Ben Mason, Finn Hamel, Lauren Henry, coxed by Ryan Slatter. That is the winning crew, and this is also the winner of the Prince Albert d'Or Challenge.
Yeah, look, we see again this race here, how it developed from the start onwards. They just went for it with such a high stroke rate, with everything they still had in the legs, in the arms, in the back, and they increased their lead stroke by stroke to win. And we have this very well-known way of celebrating a win for Caroline Florine, where she stretches the arms, and we see these images at the Olympic Games. We see these images here at the Challenge Prince Albert de Monaco 2025, and he is witnessing it from the best seat, I must say, the Prince seat on the water, looking at these amazing crews, and really it is fantastic. Fantastic as well that you were with us, you see now the boat where the prince is. Fantastic that you were here with us. It was really a privilege to be here, isn't it, Yuri?
Absolutely, so delightful and so much thankful for this invitation and for to all organizers, to all the volunteers, to all the sponsors that made this challenge happen. And as you see that all the coastal world community just exactly on this same weekend is following exactly these races, and the world elite is basically here in Monaco.
Of course it is, and thank you to the partners, you see them on your screen. Thank you as well to more than 50 volunteers. Can you imagine during these 2 days
tremendous
the work that is done behind the scenes to make everything happen in a smooth way? But yeah, it is just such a great regatta. The spirit of the regatta is so impressive. The spirit of all the legends and the rowers who are here is so good. You can see only happy faces. You only see people smiling. I can't remember any rowing event where it was like that.
Well, that's the beauty of this event. And this is also the beauty and the values that these events represent and also promote. So, amazing pictures, amazing weekend, and amazing event. Amazing performance by the athletes, amazing performance by the volunteers, amazing performance by the organizers. Absolute success.
Yeah, and just to remind you, there were 26 crews, 19 nationalities, 130 participants, more than 30 world champions, 7 Olympic champions and medalists, and more than 20 Olympians in one regatta, le Challenge Prince Albert II de Monaco.
Absolutely success.
So, we still have beautiful shots here from the teams coming back.
On our screen we see the team Swift Riviera Rockets, the winner of this competition, the winner of today's day, the winner of the endurance events. Very strong crew, really glad for them and hope to celebrate with them later.
Yeah. And don't forget, we will have the prize giving ceremony. We will be there in the open air, so everybody can come, and you can see here all this evolved from the 8th of final until the finish with the winners of the CPA 225, the Swift Riviera Rockets, who won the sprint races, but also the overall challenge. And in a few moments we will be able to show you the overall ranking, and this will be then unfortunately the moment to part. Yeah, we enjoyed it a lot. I did, Yuri did as well, I think.
It was absolutely fantastic time being here with you, Patricia. Enjoyed every single part of it. I hope we enjoyed, and to every spectator that was with us over the course of this weekend, enjoyed very much the racing we presented to you, and hope to see you again next year.
Yeah, and we were thanking everybody. I think we should also thank so much all the athletes for the performances they made. Without them, we would not be here. Without them, no tremendous racing. And some of them are already picking up the training for next season. Some of them will have trials in the coming months to see whether they can join the national teams. For the coastal rowers, it's maybe a little bit between seasons. And here you have the overall ranking, and you see with 159 points the Swift Riviera Rockets take this challenge home. Philippi Legends 132 points in the silver medal, and the Philippi Turbo 120 points in a 3rd position. Swift Regatta Rascal only 9 points behind in a 4th position, and Rubinetti always there in 5th position.
I would say amazing performance for the Kangaroo Wild Racing Galaxy, ending up in the 6th place. Philippi performance in the 7th. Philippi are lead in Ace. Swift Surf Sprinters International Crew in the 9th. And Swift Harbor Hooligans in place 2. It was a very good position for the Aviron Monaco as well in place 11. And yeah, we're saying also to all the crew that ended up below, it doesn't mean that they are less important at this event, because I would say, you know, you want to compete against the world's best, you have to be ready also to be a bit behind them.
Yeah, it's a learning experience, and we would like to thank as well for the images. It was really nice. We had brilliant shots here, and yeah, thank you. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, and see you next year, hopefully.
Thank you very much, and yeah, just hang loose and vibe on!
I have one thing to add, and it is Dage Monego. Alla prossima!
Dage Monego!
Medal ceremony, the prize giving